sometimes when I'm up and I get knocked back down, I gotta search for my feelings just like a pat down. And when I hear you ain't loyal, I don't like that sound. And you done burnt all them bridges, don't you come back round. You know sometimes when I'm up and I get knocked back down, I gotta search.
It's your boy Noto, back in these YouTube streets because your boy won't miss a beat. And in today's video, we're going to discuss being a janitor using the body game taught me a lot about women, bro. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to put you in the mind frame of just forgetting everything that you think that you know about women, everything that you think that you need to have and all this other stuff, bro. I'm finna just go ahead on and just knock all of that out the park right now, because it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous at this point. So I'm gonna tell you my first experience, because I was working in this place. It was like environmental services. It was really the title for this job thing. This job, really, this the description of the job was, the name of it was called environmental service. So basically, I'm a janitor in a hospital. So at this point in time, like, I had scrubs that was pretty much just like hugging my sleeve. They was hugging the top of my physique. Like, they was like hugging, like my sleeves was hugging, all that stuff. So I'm walking around, right? I had my trash bin. I'm going around taking out the trash and stuff. The nurses and stuff, like, they waving and saying, "Hey, how you doing?" and wanting to meet. So the more they saw me, it started just like compounding. You know what I mean? So it got to the point where we had like this break room downstairs, but it was like in the basement. This is where our break room was, in the basement, next to the morgue, of all places. Not the morgue, but the morgue. So like, you will literally come down trying to get some lunch and end up seeing somebody rolling like a body down there on the way to going to lunch. So I didn't even like being in our break room, because every time you'll see somebody with like two CNAs wheeling a body, and you got a security walking right next to them, and I'll be like, oh man, like, it gets to the point where you'll ruin your appetite. So what I would do was I would go into the floors on the hospital. We're not supposed to really go in their break rooms and stuff like that, because there was this little rumor going around that the janitors and people in our department, environmental services, was eating their lunches and stuff out of their fridges. So a lot of them didn't really want us around, but they saw me so much, and I went in there. I was like, man, I'm just gonna go and sit in here one time. And the nurses started coming in and conversing and stuff like that. It was like, oh my goodness, you work out, look at your arms and stuff like that, and all that, bro. Like, I became the exception. Bro. Like, it was insane. You see what I mean? So even in that, they didn't really care about who I was and what I was doing, because a lot of the nurses there, like a lot of the people there's like a hierarchy in the hospital, and they treat people as such, for sure. But it seems like I transcended that. I definitely transcended that. I would literally watch nurses and them treat other environmental service employees like guys, but they didn't have the physique or none of that stuff. They didn't have the appeal, sex appeal, none of that stuff. They was treating them like shit, and it wasn't really like these guys was mean or doing stuff to them or nothing. They was like treating them like trash, but then like in the same breath would come over and just be happy go lucky with me. I just had this chick that was bringing me stuff all the time, like bringing me lunch. She was making me coffee. Like, every time it was like something new with this one. And peep this. It was like a CNA chick. She was in she was in school for nursing, basically. And she was like near in the tail end of it. So it was this other family that she was a part of. She ended up bringing me around, because like, I started talking to her as I was walking on the floor, getting the trash. It's like floor after floor. So I'm getting the trash and all that. So, I'm walking by, I'm waving. She had like this boss that looked like mean. Like, she's like, they're called the charge nurse of the floor. And there's like a side B and there's like a side A. So I'm walking around, like, you gotta understand, like, you walking around, you got the physique, right? And you basically, your billboard is showing at all time, guys. So you're always on stage. Like, shout out to Ron Wills. Anyway, like, every time you pop out, you were on stage. So I made sure I was looking good, smelling good, every freaking time. And I'm talking about them sleep, bro. These it was like my scrub was damn near hugging like this shirt. Bro. Had the V-neck and cut and everything, bro. Like, so I'm walking down, whatever. It was this charge nurse. She looked like really mean, like a really mean auntie. But it just looked like she wasn't going for nothing. None of that stuff. Like, she wasn't like, you couldn't really butter her up or none of that. But one night I'm in there talking, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, you gotta. I see you be working out a lot." It was just me and her in there. You know what I mean? I just got alone. She was in the break room because we're not supposed to be in a break rooms. But I'm sitting there chilling in the break room. She having the whole conversation. Now all of a sudden, she walking over. Every time I come up into the floor, she over there coming to speak to me and everything. You see what I mean? She coming to treat you like differently from all us. And this is how I know that it was like just for me, because I tried to bring one of my homeboys from the EVS up there. They wasn't having that shit. They was not having that shit. They didn't have the same physique, they didn't have the same like image as me, none of that stuff. So I was trying to share it, but they wasn't having it. And they specifically came and told me, they said, only you the only one we allow in here. And this was on several floors, bro. So I definitely had like, on every floor there's a family. This is how it's structured there in the hospital. So because they work so much together, so they spend so much time there, about 12 hours a day, or sometimes even more, you never know. But whatever side they're on, that's basically their family. So that's how it is. So I was basically inducted into their family, several families at that, off the merit of me just being in shape. Because I noticed that most of the conversations was always centered around my physique. Like, oh my God, you look good. And I smelled really good too. So it got to the point where they got mad when I didn't come on the floors, or I was saving coming to the floor later because I didn't think the trash needed to be done then, or, cleaning the area then, or delivering a bed there or whatever. So it gets to the point where they was getting like that. And like, my thing is, none of the stuff that guys was saying that, okay, you gotta have this type of money. These women were making triple and double, like quadruple of what I was making. At this point, I was only making like $11 an hour. And let's get back to that CNA chick anyway, because I kind of skipped over that. So she inducted me into that family. So with the main Scrooge, or what the Scrooge of a charge nurse that I thought she was opening up, telling me about her life story and all this other stuff. Like, she started introducing me to the CNAs, asking me to have a girlfriend. It was some other fine nurses coming in, like it was this other nurse I just started having like little dates nights with and shit like that. One of her things is like, she was thick as hell. Like, she looked like a model, but she didn't like the other chicks. That's the crazy part. This nurse did not like chicks. She just every time I look around, and I found out when she left the facility, she was doing reports on the chicks. But me, she was all right with me. It wasn't nothing to cause for me. She was just, hey, it was but you gotta understand, I am a janitor. She is a nurse making probably like 22,000 a month. I mean, 2,000 a week or something. Like, I don't know. Like, they was up there. At this time, they was making some good money, especially around that time when everything was going on. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was like that. So this particular CNA chick, she just started doing stuff on me out of nowhere. Like, we started like hugging up in the break room, or like, from time to time she'll hug up on me and all that. She'll do it when nobody else was in there and all that. So I come over there, because I used to come over there and have my lunch. She'll be over there, try to have her lunch at the same time. So now it transpired, it went past there, started cracking. Like, she brought me to her house. All this time I have no whip, no none of that. She got me in the car. She driving me around, drove me all the way to her house, drove me to Walmart to shop and stuff, got me some stuff from Walmart. Bro, we get to the point where she was ordering me stringers off of Amazon for me to wear, because she liked seeing me in my stuff. She liked seeing me wearing the stringer gear. And like, the hospital had like this gym that we all go to in the morning, because I have to work from 11 to 7. So when I got off at 7 in the morning, we had about the same shift anyway. So she worked from like 7 to 7, and I worked from like 11 to 7. So she was already there. So she would come to the gym with me in the morning after work, after the shift, and like, it would transpire from there. So I'm sitting there, I'm smashing, cracking. She would just order me stuff. She had like a different like gift for me the next day. She bought me this big, huge Under Armour bag and everything. Like, I'm just whatever. She was booking the hotel rooms and all that kind of stuff. It was just insane. It was just definitely insane. But not one time did she ask me about like goals and none of that stuff. None of that stuff was coming up. It was just pure like off of the attraction. And even on the totem pole in the hospital, even as a CNA, they still be treating, like everybody treats people a certain type of way. But when you sexually attractive, you transcend all of that. Like the whole dynamic with the say for instance like the pool boy dynamic, the maintenance man. Like I ain't gonna say the maintenance man, they make pretty decent. I'm talking about people like in positions like the waiter that you wouldn't think that make that much money, or these positions like that, like especially like a janitor, somebody that's cleaning up, somebody you think that's on the bottom of the totem pole. You would think they will have no leverage in the sexual dating market with women with high caliber and stuff like that make a lot of money. You wouldn't think that was like unheard of to me. And back then when I was on the front lines of the red pill rage, and I'm mad, I'm thinking about, this money, they only want this, they want that. And I'm talking, I was going hard because what I'm saying, I felt like this, and I found out about women, and my heart, my feelings hurt, so I'm just projecting. You know what I mean? So I'm doing that. I'm thinking like none of this stuff ain't, man, this stuff ain't what's up. But that dynamic, that stuff like that, that's real. The pool boy dynamic is the rich wife looking at you and women that got way more than you. It it's real. Like Aisha Curry, that was a real example. That was in plain sight of what happens when that guy came out there with his shirt off and he was coming to serve the drinks and stuff. Bro, not one question about credit score, not one question about what you do for a living, not one question. You're basically to a show, you're basically the help. You're basically the help. But he came out there, he had the physique, he had the sex appeal. All the women in there going, right, yeah. They not asking if this man make $100K a month. You see what I'm saying? They not asking if he's doing all. No, all they looking at is what's in front of them and what looks good in front of them. She's sitting there twitching it up, taking off her ring and all this other stuff. I should be on some other stuff lately, but anyway, that just shows you, bro. What, not one discussion was asked about how much money, like about what you're doing for a living, your 5-year plan. None of that stuff came up. None of it. You see what I'm saying? Like none of that came up. All the ladies were sitting there just dazzled. They was enamored by the presence, man. They was enamored by the presence. So that whole dynamic of you just working in it, chicks don't give a damn about your work position. They don't. When you're hitting on a high sex appeal level, man, like they don't give a damn about that. They don't give a damn about that. It's like the same dynamic as if like a rich guy, he'll see like a chick that work at McDonald's, she fine, but he'll take her out, or he'll still take that over a chick that he'll think that look like Precious or something like that, but she got degrees and all these businesses and all that. You see what I mean? So I'm not saying that the woman that works at McDonald's doesn't have anything or anything going on for herself or no goals or nothing. But what I'm saying is the perception. You see what I mean? That is the perception, that you're not doing as much or you don't have that much because you're working in this particular type of position. Like if you can work at a fast food restaurant, but you bagging chicks to CEO and smashing chicks to them, they'll be like, oh, it won't last because she wants this man. But a lot of these guys that got all this money talking about, oh, they want this woman, that have that argument, that have that talking point of, oh, you're not going to be able to last with her and all this other stuff. It can last. It can last a while. A lot of chicks ain't not asking you for no money. A lot of times they the ones spending the money, but they can't fathom even having that type of stuff happening because they're the ones just shelling it out. They never just walked around and had women just look at them and be like, damn. So if a woman could look at you like, damn, you got some plain Jane, it's basically like a G-Man shirt, right? A G-Man shirt right here, like $4 or something like that. $4 shirt. And they looking around, you looking like, dang, you make it look like it's something that you got off. You make it look like it's way more worth than what it is. A lot of guys haven't experienced it. So that's why they had that talking point, oh, you won't do that, but they wish they could do that. That's the main thing. They wish they could do it. They wish that they could like just smash and not have to do all the extra provisions and all that other stuff. They see a lot of those situations that they be in, it be under transactional type conditions and stuff. You have to do this, you got to be me back, you got to take me out, you got to do all that, all this and all that. Those are the conditions a lot of these guys be under. So of course they're going to have that talking point. Of course they're not going to understand your experiences, they're not going to understand that women are willing to overlook your situation of working and all that other stuff because of raw sex appeal. A lot of them don't even give a damn about provision. Like, if even like the chicks that's really like on survival mode and they're like seriously looking for a provider, then yeah, they'll go for that guy that has the money that'll do all this stuff for them, because they're trying to secure the bag. But once the bag is secure and they got it there, and especially if the guy's a sucker, she gonna slip off all day. But she got to make sure that that position is secure. So even when she's like in survival mode, she needs a guy that she can use for his resources so she can be more stable in life and all that. She's not going to require that from the pool boy dynamic. So a lot of these chicks that even if they got their money, or got a guy that's making a lot of money, why do you think they always have these side dudes, bro? This is not no lie. This is not a lie. Those guys don't hit them the same way that the man that's hitting her on the promo traction got the physique. I'm talking about like chicks that you walk about and they make it like shit. Like, God damn. You see what I mean? So a lot of guys don't experience that. They never will experience that. So, and another part of me being a janitor, like this is when I was at like the national park type deal. I had chicks pulling up on me, like just coming to try to start conversations. This is a part where you gotta have some money to be here. You gotta have some money to like really come out there and stay there. Like they'll come up there to the desk and order room, because the rooms was like the lowest room was $300 to $400 a night. So a lot of these times the woman be here with men that got like hella bank. I'm over here taking out the trash. They over here flirting with me. It's like the husband trying to hurry up and pull her away because I mean she just they getting real disrespectful. Now I've told you guys about this story, but like it's just insane. And what I haven't told y'all is when I was walking and I just finished taking out the trash because I had to go in the women's bathroom, so I had to have like a woman from the front desk, one of my coworkers. She had to come and stand next to me because I had my sleeves rolled up. This time I had them rolled up like they was over my shoulder, so you could see the whole arm, or the whole shebang type deal. Like it was tight, bro. My veins was popping and all, bro. Like I was working. You know what I mean? I was moving, so the vascularity was popping and everything, like crazy. The woman was walking in like talking about something, ooh, like all kind of. It was crazy because I'm right there at the entrance, bagging the trash. I'll grab the trash bins and I'll take the trash and whatever. So I seen this like chick, like she had a real nice physique. You could tell she worked out and some tats. I was like, dang, like I was in the mirror. I was like, I'm scared of you. She was looking like, yeah, shit, I'm scared of you. Look at you. It's crazy, right? So after I got done taking out the trash, I saw her in the hallway, and I was talking to her. I was like, dang, where you from and all this other stuff. So, long story short with that, I took her through the crowd. She was like following me back, like she came back and followed me back to get my contact information because I was about to just walk off. I just gonna have a normal interaction because usually when I'm at work, I wasn't really trying to be on the flirtatious thing because that can always get back and they can be like, oh, he was trying to talk. I wasn't trying to go through none of that. But like I'll try to have a normal interaction. I tried to walk off on her. But she was like, oh no, like you got your contact information, you got some Instagram or something like that. So I brought her all the way back through crowds of people just walking through because it was like one of those zones where the areas where I was working at where it has like busy times and like dead times because it was like a famous geyser that goes off, and every time it goes off, a lot of people comes flooding in and then out. There's times where there's peak and there's times where there's calm. It was one of those peak times. So she followed me all the way through the crowd. I'm talking about like just dodging, almost like New York traffic dodging, all the way into my janitor's closet to come and get my Instagram information, bro. This is insane. To come and get my contact information. Like for real. Brushed me off, rubbed me on the arm, and then walked off after that. But during our talk before that, she was telling me that she was here with like some guy, like some white guy, but it wasn't like an older white guy. So I'm guessing he was like an adventurous that wanted to go and like check out nature stuff and whatever stuff like that. So I didn't really think it was like her man or nothing like that. But if it was, but she was wilding, bro. She was wilding. Nice body, beautiful, tatted, all kind of shit. Like taller than me as well. Definitely tall. She was like at least 5'11", something like that. I'm 5'8", so I can tell. I was like, she was definitely taller than me. Follow me all the way into my janitor's closet to get my contact information. We kicking it to this day. You see what I'm saying? So another time, I'm out there taking out the trash. Like I'm literally like in the middle of bagging the trash. The other chick just came over, she's thick as hell, talking to you, coming to start a conversation. Oh, bro, they don't give a damn. But these chicks, and she was there by herself. So she was spending a lot of money to, to be there, being around there, like being able to stay there and all that stuff. Bro, ask me for my contact information while I'm taking out the trash, bro. Literally taking out the trash, bro. I looked at her story. She's a freaking whole like she's definitely in the medical field. I don't know if she's like a nursing assistant, but I just know for a fact she's in the medical field, and she had on the blue scrubs. So most likely when they have the blue scrubs, they're nursing or they're in school for it. Because some of the different school programs have different uniforms and stuff. But what I'm saying is, to get to the whole point, like chicks was flirting with me while I'm doing janitorial duties. It's basically seemed like I'm walking around looking like a person that's dealing with like unsanitary stuff. Yet they just don't give a damn. This is a place where a lot of chicks, they'll bring guys that they're using for their money because you need money to be there, and they're sitting there flirting with me in front of the guys that they're bringing out there, which was insane. I'm talking about sleeves. I'm talking about the physique is on display all the time. I made sure of that. I made sure to accentuate my physique, even in my work uniform. It was accentuating my physique. So you can't come around and tell me that like chicks are just extra fixated on what you do for a living and all this other stuff, because it's just cap. It's cap. You gotta be on this side. You gotta practice the body game, bro. You gotta get your physique right, bro. And like the type of experiences you gonna have, it's gonna be insane. It's just gonna be insane. Like, you just have to be in these positions and put yourself out there. This was a work environment, so it was like different for me. But I had leisure times as well, so a lot of this stuff was just on display. But it just really showed me and taught me about women that they just don't care about your work position. I mentioned this in my what being a janitor taught me about women video, but I feel like I wanted to reiterate and talk about this because it just, man, the magnitude of the crazy stuff that was going on was just off the charts. Choosing sandals off the charts. Like, chicks just breaking their necks at me, off the charts. I'm wearing a freaking janitor's uniform. Understand this, guys. Understand this. Bottom of the totem pole. I remember I used to walk through the restaurant. Had chicks like looking at they had to drop in their forks and stuff like that when I walked through there. Had my housekeeping uniform on then. And a lot of the server guys that worked at this particular restaurant environment did not like when I came through there. They hated it, bro. They hate when I came through there, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't even want to just put this on them, but I feel like they was definitely hating. They was hating. It was times when they was trying to serve their guests, and I walked in there, and the guests was just watching me as I walked past. They trying to flirt with girls. They watching me, like literally like ignore them and just watch me. The guy just sitting there just talking, and she just looking like this. I've literally seen that. It's insane. But in that environment, the servers were supposed to make a whole bunch of money, as opposed to me. I'm working as a porter there, which is basically a janitor at the national park in a freaking hotel. But I'm walking through an upscale restaurant because their food is expensive. Like their lowest dish is about like $20, $30, like $30. Like, is it? Trust me, that when you see that menu, you're gonna be like, hell no. It's like that. So it was, this was like upscale. This wasn't no play like type of stuff. You spending some real money when you eating in there, especially if you eating like the really good stuff. Like, so that kind of stuff, bro. That type of dynamic. And on top of that, guys, I told you guys that the guy that was working there, that was overseeing all the servers, he was trying to recruit me every day he saw me. Every day he saw me, he was like, bro, come join the team. Come make this money, man. You fit the bill, bro. You fit the bill. I see how the chicks be looking at you, bro. If you fit the bill. I was like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm just chilling. Because I already knew how I was going to be if I worked there side by side with these guys. I wasn't trying to do all that and go through all. I wasn't really even there to try to make a copious amounts of money. I wasn't there for like that. I was more so just focused on my peace, and I wasn't worried about that. I didn't want to be in a stressful, fast-paced environment, especially with a bunch of hating ass motherfuckers next to me. I wasn't into it right at that point. But this guy literally, bro, he used to give me free breakfast, all kind of stuff, bro. Like free breakfast and stuff like this. And the server women would bring me food and stuff. Bro, they make way more money than me. You see what I'm saying? They make more, but I didn't heard some servers bringing in $1,000 a day sometimes. Bro, it's crazy. They had some crazy tippers there. Remember, you gotta have money to be where I was working at. But I'm just a janitor coming through, bringing dirty dishes from when they leave it out there in the lobby and stuff. That's my area. I was supposed to clean that up. But I bring it back through the kitchen, but I gotta walk through the restaurant in order to do so. Like crazy. Had women saying, "Oh, yeah, I want him to serve me." Yeah, I'm like, oh my goodness. Like it was some, these hip, wannabe hip older white ladies. They was like that. Like, can you be my server, bro? Insane, bro. Insane. So that's how I know that the hate was real with those other guys, with the servers and stuff like that. But I'm just telling you now, your job position is not going to block anything if you are actually a sexually attractive man. You are a sexually attractive man, you practicing the body game, you got the physique, you hitting them on a primal level, they don't give a damn what you're doing. You can be out there shoveling rocks and pushing around dirt or cleaning up after a horse after he's got some manure on the ground or something like that. In a parade or at a ranch or something, and they just walking around. They'll flirt with you with why you got the shovel of the manure in your hand. Yes, they will give you the information. They're like, oh, put the shovel down, get your information, and then walk off. Bro, it's that serious. It's that deep. It's that deep. They ain't requiring no financial compensation. It just ain't happening. That, especially when I went on these dates with these chicks that they took me out on. They never asked me what I did for a living. None of that stuff. They wanted to know what you do for fun, all this other stuff. They were plotting the whole time. Get back, smash, chill. That's it. Like, that's why this whole dynamic of, oh yeah, you gotta do it, bro. You don't. Your ass gotta do it. We ain't gotta do it. We on body game. We get real genuine desire over here. But anyway, this video's been long enough. Appreciate you guys for watching the post. It's your boy Noto back in these YouTube streets because your boy wants to be here. Remember, guys, anybody can improve themselves, they're willing to work at it. I'm out.